What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's Saturday again, so you know we're vlogging. Today's going to be an exciting day. Me and Haley are kind of starting something up here. Do you want to explain it, since it's kind of more so your thing and I'm just kind of pushing you to get it going? Do you want to explain what we're doing?
Okay. So for Noah's birthday, I made him a cookie butter cupcake and he really liked it.
It's really, really good. And let me preface this before I cut you off. Sorry for cutting you off, but let me preface this by saying I don't like icing. So when I say I don't care for cake, I don't care for cupcakes, the issue is the icing. I love bread. I'm a sucker for bread, but when it comes to the icing on top of it, it's just not something I care for.
Yeah, so normally I make things with the box cake mix. For whatever reason, I felt like being fancy that day and just making it from scratch. Noah really liked it. And so from there, I made a few more cupcakes that were also really good. So
that's what she's kind of, I want to say her, because I really have not done anything to help with this besides tell her to keep doing it.
He is today.
I am helping today. So
I've always liked, like for people's birthdays and stuff, I'm typically the one making their cakes or cupcakes or whatever they want. So that's usually my responsibility. So I typically do enjoy it. But like I don't ever get to make it from scratch because ingredients can get to be pricey and it takes a lot of time.
So yeah, she made the cookie butter cupcakes, completely homemade, icing, the batter, and I thoroughly loved it. Not just because she's my beautiful girlfriend, but I mean, like I said, I really don't like the standard icing that you get on most everyday cakes. And so I said, what else can you make? And then the next one was like a strawberry filled cupcake with whipped cream icing. And then what else? You tried the red velvet, right? We did a red velvet one with cream cheese icing. Again, all from homemade, scratched ingredients. And I loved every single one of them. Not just me, we also brought them to work, and the co-workers really enjoyed them. Her dad really enjoyed them.
Strawberry ones, I only made enough for everybody to have one because it was for my brother's birthday for those. And everybody was really upset because they wanted like 2 or 3.
Yeah, they were like, why you teased us with one, why didn't you make more? And she's always been very good at baking and cooking. So I was like, hey, I mean, you might not believe it, but these are extremely good. We need to start doing something with this. You have a gift here. Let's do something with it. So the most recent ones were the red velvet cupcakes. We did a trial batch, or she did a trial batch of like 4 for me and then my coworkers that work in my area. And they enjoyed it. And I kind of hinted at the idea like, hey, when you eat this, don't just be like, I liked it or I didn't like it. I want details. Would you pay for it? And that type of thing. And both of my boss and the one that I work with directly, they were both like, hey, this was really good. How much are you charging? We are going to test the water, because I was telling her she wasn't confident that they were good enough to sell. And then when I finally like urged her to give me some, let me try it out at work, see what they say. And I told her, they want to buy some. They're asking to buy a full dozen, and I believe one wants a batch of 4, one wants a full dozen. And she's like, are you serious? You are really good at what you do here. We have something, we got to do it, because I don't want to go and be on my deathbed living with regrets that we didn't at least try this. So today we're just going out, getting the essential ingredients and a couple of like extra equipments, measuring spoons and cups, that sort of thing, right? And my job today, she's going to be picking the stuff out because she's the special person behind the ingredients and the recipe. But I'm simply here to just make sure I get a list of how much items cost, what the cost of goods are essentially, so that we are marketing this at a fair price. So we're going to go to Walmart and check out the ingredients, what all she needs. They did order the red velvet cupcakes. So regardless of what we do make this weekend, because we are going to try out a couple different recipes, or maybe just one more. The chocolate, the dark chocolate ones, was that on the idea?
Yeah, in a couple of weeks we have a graduation party coming up, and so the red velvet is kind of like representing my school's colors, and then my brother's school's colors are black, white, and gray. And I don't want to play with black food coloring. It tastes nasty and it really stains your tongue, so I don't really want to play with it. But my idea to like substitute that was a dark chocolate cupcake. And next weekend my dad's birthday is coming up, and he's really wants a banana pudding cupcake, so I'm gonna have to give that a try, but that might be next weekend's problem.
So we have a bunch of ideas for recipes, and I'm just trying not to overwhelm her, because when I get an idea, it just kind of pops and it's like a big snowball rolling down a hill. And I don't want to overwhelm her, so I'm trying to stay quiet on that, especially since she's the one that's making the cupcakes and I'm just kind of helping where I can. But for this weekend alone, we're going to do a trial batch of the dark chocolate to make sure she's comfortable with it for the graduation party coming up in a couple weeks. That's what we're doing today, and I'm really excited. I know it's very rewarding to have a gift and put all this effort into it. So for someone to say, hey, I'm willing to pay for this, that's got to be a really good feeling. What is that?
Food coloring. Or above it?
Food coloring?
Yes.
Oh, I'd probably need to start writing this stuff down, don't I?
Yeah, this is more like 212.
Okay, let me start writing stuff down.
This one here does leaves.
It does what?
This one here you can do leaves with.
Are you going to be like a professional icer now?
Well, I'm going to venture into like something different, you know? Let's see, look, this is pretty cool.
That is huge.
It is, it's pretty cool.
All right. We just got done with Walmart, which surprisingly wasn't as chaotic as it usually is.
Especially since it's a Saturday.
Yeah, especially since it's a Saturday. Like, again, we're new to this, so we don't know exactly what we're doing. Then we went ahead and kind of did a price check on the rest of the stuff. Wrote down the prices of the ingredients, and then I guess we're just gonna keep the ball rolling there. So now we are headed to Michael's to find some boxes for a dozen. So I am completely new to all of this stuff. Look at all this crap. Like, what do you do with this?
Sometimes it's decorative. Honestly,
Decorative? It's a whole sucker. Like eyeballs.
Look, it's cookie butter flavor.
For what? What is it? Like vanilla type stuff?
If you want to flavor something.
Like, I mean,
These are really good at not making candies. I think.
this is why baking is your department, Haley.
Sparkling wine, coffee, blueberry.
I'm more of a meat, potato, and a vegetable guy. This is a little too much for me. And then you turn around and then you got all this. 100 different types of piping tips. All the different cupcake, like, I guess, what do you call them, holders? Like, look how, like, I'm pretty sure I could stick my pinky through that. I could stick my finger through that.
Yeah, I'd like to invest in one of those one
That
day.
is ridiculous. You don't need to pipe it. You just got
I've
like,
actually seen something fun with these. So you can make, you can melt some chocolate down, put it in there, and then make like cake pop kind of thing.
that's a huge cake pop. That's
It's
like
not a cake pop, but it's like a cake pop.
What is this? What does this do? What is that?
So you cover it in chocolate,
Uh-huh.
and then you take this dome off, and the chocolate's left as a dome. Then you get a mallet and bust it open. You can see the treats inside. There's a heart-shaped one.
That is incredible. You're opening me up. I do know the chocolate fountain.
Yes.
I know that.
Those are kind of nasty in public spaces.
They are kind of
Here's
nasty
the
in
mallet.
public spaces. That's my type of thing.
Here's the mallet. You
This
break
is
it
my
off.
contribution, Haley. That's my contribution. Let me smash something. So that was a complete bust. Oh my. So that was a complete bust at Michael's. They just too expensive for what we're doing. They only had the plastic 12 count dozen, and it was like $8.99 for two. If you did the math, it would eat like a third of what we would even make. It's just not worth it. It's too expensive. We're gonna try to find the cardboard ones that are like $5 for a two or something like that, and it's a little bit more reasonable. We're just gonna go home, chill out. She's going out tonight for her cousin's graduation dinner at the Melting Pot, so you're gonna be stuck with me for tonight, and we're just gonna go home and we'll catch up there. So it's just me at the house now. Haley has left for her dinner, and I was just taking care of editing up the rest of the prom pictures that I took. Last Saturday I took Devin's prom pictures. I finished up editing the rest of those. My lighting is terrible. Apologies for that. Now I'm just going to chill out, play some games. The game I'm playing now is Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Loving it so far. But what I really wanted to just sit down and talk about this last little bit, just kind of solo dolo with you. So earlier I explained that when I get ideas and ambitions and an urge in the back of my head, like this thought, it just won't go away. like the cupcake thing or baking thing, trying that out, seeing if we could do something with it. I don't want that to just slip by as a what if possibility when I end up on the deathbed, or when she ends up on the deathbed. That's why I pushed her into trying this and seeing if somebody would pay for it. And maybe it doesn't explode into a business or a franchise or anything crazy. Maybe it just sticks to this homegrown, sell it out the kitchen, sell it to your coworkers, your friends and family, and that's it. But it's worth giving it a shot. If you have something, a skill or a gift, and you can give it to other people and they're willing to pay for it, why not give it a shot? I don't want to go out of this world with any type of regret, letting that slip by. And I really encourage you to try that yourself, whether it's handcraft jewelry, arts and crafts, baking yourself, cooking, any type of skill that you have. Just give it a shot. Put 100% effort into it. Give it an honest go. Don't say you gave it a try, but then if you sat down and really thought about it, you really didn't put that much effort into it. Really give it a go. If it pans out, great. If it doesn't, still great. You gave it a shot. You can put it to bed without feeling guilty that you didn't give it 100%. So that's where I'm just going to leave it with today. It's been awesome doing these vlogs, checking in, being able to look back and keep up with where we're going with this, with me and her, and what we plan on becoming one day. It's been great so far, and I appreciate anybody that's checking in and watching these. So keep on chugging, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow.